So before perhaps I go on with our current activities, let me just make one very important point in terms of how we do things in mass democratic civil movement, so that anyone who thinks of being part of this movement should be aware of. One of the things that we committed ourselves to was that anybody, and I mean anyone, who is holding a position in an office, in our office, in the office of mass democratic civil movement, or who has got a responsibility, who have been assigned a position of responsibility, either as a chairman, a treasury secretary, or one of the directors in the office, or as a rep working in the communities. One of the things that we have made it our commitment is that not even one of those people will ever be given a responsibility of taking a political position or of taking a public office. What I mean by that is that we'll ever think, whilst in the office, we'll ever think of being a president of the country. We'll never think of being a deputy president, a minister, a DG, or a director, or any responsibility in the public, or taking any responsibility in the public, in one of the public offices. We are still going to work out the mechanism in terms of how do we then deal with a situation where a person, for instance, is no longer holding a position in the office of a mass democratic civil movement, or is no longer part of the leadership. And then what time frame do we give that person after that person is no longer in the office, that person, for instance, can now start raising his hand, for instance, to be appointed in a public office. So we'll work that one out. But the principle is, for as long as you are serving in the mass democratic civil movement structures, either as a person holding a position in the office or being a rep, you are not eligible to stand for elections. The reason why we're doing that, we have seen, because we have got to learn from the other political organizations. What destroys them? What destroys these organizations? When they start, they all start in good faith. But along the way, jostling for positions becomes a big issue, and that kills these organizations. So we have learned from these people, and we do not want to repeat the same mistakes. So the only way to prevent that is to actually make sure that the people who are holding positions in the office of the organization do not stand, they do not stand for public office. And of course, like I said, we're going to work out the mechanisms as to what happens when a person, for instance, has resigned from the position of treasury and now he wants to contest a position in the public office. And perhaps, just to give you an idea, we may be looking at maybe 2 years after a person has been serving as an office bearer in mass democratic civil movement, or 3 years or 1 year. It doesn't. We still have to apply our minds and look at the implications of that in terms of also protecting the rights of that particular person moving forward. But those are the things that we'll discuss. But for now, that is the principle. If we do not do that, we run a very big risk of having people. In fact, one other area that is very critical is that our mandate from mass democratic civil movement is not to contest political positions. Our mandate is to go out there, look and identify the right people for right positions. Our job should be to go out there and look for a person who can be a good president for South Africa, who can be a good deputy, who can be a good minister, who can have all the necessary skills, knowledge, behavioral attributes, the experience, and track record that is needed for the particular position. And just on record, again, we also believe that there is no position that should be occupied by a person who has not studied that particular environment, who has not gone to school and studied a profession and passed or has a qualification that is relevant to the position that is occupying. And that should also be backed up by experience. And also that particular person should demonstrate as well how he actually impacted the people before he can be put in such a position. So we as Mass Democratic Civil Movement, we also have a plan. In fact, we have started putting together a plan of having an academy where all the people that will back come 2024 elections, those people will have been through the MDCM Leadership Academy. Unfortunately or fortunately, being it the first time and perhaps the first of its kind, and given the time, the short timelines the time frame that we have leading up to 2024 elections, we will have a small group that will be taken through the academy to be reorientated in terms of what the people of South Africa deserve and what do we need to take this country forward. So we may not do that much in terms of developing those people, but we would be assisting South Africa to identify the right people, but then we'll have to take them, reorientate them, support them. Even if those people, they want to stand as individuals, we'll encourage them to stand under the umbrella of Mass Democratic Civil Movement. And we will also go out as Mass Democratic Civil Movement to go out and look for people who have got what it takes to take this country forward. So having said that, I hope it will be clear. Of course, there will be another issue. Even people who stand as individuals, the fact that they stand as individuals, they won't necessarily enjoy the support of Mass Democratic Civil Movement. We are going to make sure that we realign their thinking, because some people, they just think that, now that the law allows that you can stand as an individual and then you just stand and then get a seat, go to parliament and then do what you want to do. They need to know that MDCM is opposed to people who think they're going to take South Africans for a ride. We have been taken for a ride for a very, very long time. And we are saying it's enough. And it stops right here, right now. So maybe let me just now take you through the current activities, just to show you that we have not been snoozing all along. Since 2020, we have done quite a lot of things. And I'm glad that today we have the opportunity to share these activities with you. By the way, our office is open. I'm going to drop you, put on the video towards the end, our address, office address, our telephone numbers, all our contact details, how to reach us, and so forth. But our office is an open office, is a public office. It's open to everyone with any problem. Whether you have a social problem, legal problem, economic problem, business problem, any problem that you have, our office is open. We would like to listen to you, and we can assure you that we will get assistance in one form or the other. I'll just share an example with you, to illustrate what really I mean. Remember, there was a young lady who came to us. Her vehicle had just been repossessed by a vehicle financing a company. It's a bank, actually. And this young lady was tricked into signing a document that she didn't understand. She was 2 months in arrears. And she signed this document only to find out that later, because she was not aware what she was signing, She was just tricked into signing because the two guys who claimed that they were coming from this vehicle financing company, they just said to her, listen, we're here from such and such a company, and you are so many months in arrears. As far as she was concerned at the time, she was in 2 months arrears, but she was told that no, she was actually more than 2 months. I think 4 months. She was then made to sign a document. In fact, how they got her to sign the document, they said to her, look, we just want to inspect the car if the car is still okay. And also, if you don't have your valuables in the car, and then do not worry, we are going to take the car and then we'll put it in a storage. And then as soon as you can raise the money for the areas, you can actually come to us and get your vehicle, we'll give it to you. And the poor soul, shame, she's a woman in business, 35 years old. She's in a construction business. She trusted, she believed in what these two guys were saying. And then she signed the document. They all together inspected the vehicle, they put inside, and then they made her sign the document. And then the document that she was signing, she was actually signing a surrender document. She was surrendering the vehicle to these guys. And she was not aware that she was signing a surrender document. In that document, it's very detailed. It says she's surrendering the vehicle because of lack of affordability. She can no longer afford to pay for this vehicle, and therefore she's handing over the vehicle back to the bank. And that's how the vehicle was done. But in her mind, she had not signed the document surrendering a vehicle. It was just a document to inspect the vehicle and make sure that her valuables were not in the vehicle. Fast forward, she came to our office. I listened to her. I picked up later that she actually signed. She was not aware that she signed the surrender document, but I picked it up as we were discussing that she signed that one. However, I did not kick her out of our office. I still felt that she needed help. I engaged with our legal team to see how we can assist the lady. Then we started writing letters to the vehicle financing company. And then they responded and sent us a copy that, look, you guys, because we indicated to them that they did not follow the legal procedure in repossessing the vehicle, that they should have issued summons and they should have gone to court to obtain a judgment and cancel the contract so that they could actually take the vehicle back to their repossession. Back to their possession. And then the vehicle financing company came back to us to say, no, this client of ours or this lady had actually signed a surrender documents, meaning that she took the vehicle back to the financer and then back to the bank, and therefore they are within their rights to accept that a person who cannot afford should actually bring their vehicle back to them. And that is how actually we lost. Had the lady refused to sign that document, those people, they had no right to take the vehicle. They were not going to take that vehicle. All she needed to do was just to tell them that, sorry, gentlemen, I'm very, very sorry, I cannot assist you. If you need anything from me, we'll meet in court. I'll consult with my legal advisor, and then please just leave me alone, and then I will meet you in court. However, she didn't do that. The reason why the banks do that, the court processes, they take too long. They can take up to 6 months, if not more. So what they usually do, they just take a shortcut, which is actually taking a chance. It's illegal, but they do it. They just send people, so-called tracers, and then together probably with the collectors, they just send your account to collections. And then these debt collectors, they've got their guys who just go and collect the vehicle. And once they collect that vehicle, the collection fees have already been charged. They charge the collection fees. They charge you when they fetch the vehicle. They charge you. and they add them to what you owe. It means if you owe the bank, if you are in areas of 15,000 and their collection fees is 3,000, you're already now in areas of 18,000. It's no longer 15,000. So that's what they do. And they will get that money when the vehicle is sold. And if it's sold with a shortfall, you still owe the vehicle financer. You're still liable to pay the shortfall. So that's the dirty game that they play. So the lesson there, guys, is that please, never, ever give a bank or anybody who comes to you and say he's from the bank and he's here to repossess a vehicle. Do not give the vehicle back. Tell them where to get off, and that's it. Operators, now that we know what Mass Democratic Movement stands for and our commitment to transforming the South African society in a positive way to the benefit of all races. Please, I then appeal to you now that you need to assist us in the following manner. There are many ways in which you can assist us that I may perhaps not be able to mention here, but I'll just touch on the very obvious and very easy ones that you can look at. Being a non-profit organization, we rely on donations. Please assist us with donations. It doesn't matter how much you're donating, as long as you can donate something to assist us to carry out our responsibilities in developing our own communities. It's a lot of work to be done. Your donations will take us very far. We can get somewhere without your donations, but it will take us a very, very long time. But if you donate, it will assist us. If perhaps you feel that donations of any amount is too much for you, you cannot afford it, and then you can look at actually purchasing some of the products and services that we have developed within Mass Democratic Civil Movement. The good thing about Mass Democratic Civil Movement is that from the beginning, we told ourselves that we need to develop products and services that can be sold to the public. And the bulk of that money, of course, after paying for the office and administration, all the money needs to be taken back to the communities and carry out the projects that we have outlined for ourselves. Again, if maybe you feel that donations is too much for you, and purchasing of our products and services developed by Mass Democratic Civil Movement is also too much for you, and then we ask you to just sign up as a rep. That to us is also of great value. And of course, you'll follow the protocol. We have got the rules as well on how to sign up reps. But all you have to do if you want to sign up as a rep is very simple. You send us your CV and the ward to which you belong, and then we'll take it from there. I will give you the email address, WhatsApp, and how you actually send up all those things to us. Again, if maybe you feel donations is too much, purchasing of products and services of Mass Democratic Civil Movement is also too much, and you know you are not able to join us as a rep to assist us in educating our communities, and then maybe you can just do something very simple. All you can do is just to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing to MDCM channel, you are also adding value in the sense that you assist us to monetize the channel. There are rules in YouTube on how to monetize the channel. And one of them is that you need to have at least 1,000 subscriptions. So if you can assist us to reach that number, we view that as a serious contributions, even if it is not monetary contribution. And of course, if you subscribe and then you are able as well to share the video, if you can also do that and share the video with your friends, colleagues, family members, that would be great as well. It will assist us a lot. Again, if you cannot donate, purchase, sign up as a rep, subscribe, just do something very simple, Just click down there, the like button. We call it the like button, it's the icon. Just click the icon, like or dislike. If you click the like, it's good, it encourages us to do more. Well, if you also click a dislike, it means you didn't like the video, it means there were problems with the video. And that also is also positive. It will assist us to develop better videos in the future. And it keeps us on our toes so that we can continue improving ourselves. Remember, a negative feedback is a positive feedback in the space that we're in. Above all, guys, if you cannot do all the things that I've mentioned and you feel that, again, it's just too much for you, all you have to do is just share the video with as many people as you can. Your friends, your colleagues, family members. By sharing the video, it's also assisting us in reaching out to as many people as possible. And if maybe all that, again, is too much, you don't like sharing, you don't like buying anything that MTCM is selling, you don't want to donate, you don't want any of the things that to do, you don't want to do anything that I've mentioned above, just do the minimum now. All you can do is just to send us a topic that you think is interesting to you. And of course, we can engage you. You can tell us if maybe you want us to engage you on that topic. And they will engage you on that topic. You will prepare, we engage you, and they will make it public. And people at least will come to know what is in your mind, and we will also come to know what is in your mind and share with the public. And we take it that it will, of course, something positive that will assist us to grow, and that will assist the people to grow as well. So if you don't have a topic to send to us, you can just comment on whatever we have said on our videos. You can raise questions, some concerns, of course, if you feel there are certain things that they are concerning to you. And then we'll all look at that, and they would be able to say, we have learned something from you, and thank you very much. And then we move forward. And if all that, again, you feel that is too much, you're not in a position to do all that, the last thing you can do, just give us suggestions, how we can improve ourselves. If maybe you feel that we are so bad, we need your suggestions. We need certain things that you see that we're not doing right. Please tell us those things. And like I always say, if we make a mistake or there's something that we don't do right, please tell us, and don't tell others. Just tell us. And when we're doing everything right and we are happy that we're doing right, please tell everyone else. It's the right thing to do. And guys, for the donations, those who would love to donate, remember, any amount is money. Our banking details is Mass Democratic Civil Movement, the bank account, Mass Democratic Civil Movement. It's a Standard Bank check account. The account number is 10 14 124 4788. 10 14 124 4788. It's on the screen. The branch code is 1842, and the SWIFT code, of course, for those who are abroad, is SBZAZAJJ. And guys, for those who would like to join us as reps, like I've said before, all you need to do is to send us your CV and the ward to which you belong, CV and your ward. And then you can send those to our email address, massdemocraticcivilmovement@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp to 066 258 2262. And those, for instance, who want to contribute in other ways, like, for instance, asking questions, comments, suggestions, any other contribution outside what I've mentioned, you can use the email address and the WhatsApp that is on the screen. Guys, thank you very much. I take it that you understand that this is a mammoth task that you are engaged in, and we won't make it without you. Every contribution, like I've already mentioned, will take us somewhere. Donating, purchasing the products, or sharing the videos with other people won't make you poor. Please do the right thing, assist us. And thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.